If I can have everyone sit down. Assalamu alaikum. We are ready to start. I'm going to ask Brother Abdul Aziz. Abdul Aziz, come over here. Assalamu alaikum and happy Canada Day. On behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat and Bai'tul Kareem Mosque, I would like to warmly welcome you all to our Canada Day celebration. As it is customary for Muslims, we start with a recitation of the Holy Quran by Brother Abdul Aziz, and then we will render an English translation. Brother Aziz.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم. يا أيها الناس خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير جزاك الله خيرا.
Thank you, Abdul Aziz. Now to render the English translation and a brief explanation of the verses that were just recited, I'm going to invite Imam Mubashir Badr. Imam Mubashir Badr is newly been appointed as our missionary and Imam in the Kitchener area, Kitchener-Waterloo area. So he will not only give you a translation, but a brief explanation of how the verses that are recited relate to what we are celebrating today. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. The verses that have been just recited in front of you, I will present the English translation of these verses. Allah the Almighty states in the Holy Quran, O ye who believe, let not one people deride another people, who may be better than they, nor let women deride other women, who may be better than they. And defame not your own people, nor call one another by nicknames. Bad indeed is evil reputation after the profession of belief. And those who repent not are they wrongdoers. O ye who believe, avoid most of suspicions, for suspicion in some cases is a sin. And spy not, nor backbite one another. Would any of you like to eat the flesh of his brother who is dead? Certainly you would loathe it. And fear Allah. Surely Allah is oft returning with compassion and is merciful. O mankind, who have created you from a male and a female, and we have made you into tribes and sub-tribes, that you may recognize one another. Verily, the most honorable among you in the sight of Allah is he who is the most righteous among you. Surely Allah is all-knowing, all-aware. Dear guests, these verses that have been recited and I have presented the translation, as we see that they are describing the core value that a nation should have, and which can unite us and give that nation standing in the world. The Holy Quran presents a timeless vision of humanity. Our diversity is not a reason for division. It is a sign of God's wisdom. We belong to different cultures, ethnicities, and nations, so that we may know one another, learn from one another, and enrich one another. Our differences are meant to build bridges, not barriers. This message resonates deeply in Canada, a nation enriched by people from every corner of the world. As we celebrate today, the Canada Day, may we recommit ourselves to treating every person with dignity and respect, rejecting prejudice and hatred, and working together to the common good. May we strive to be known not by the color of our skin or the place from which we come, but by our honesty, compassion, service, and righteousness. Thank you very much. Happy Canada Day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we proceed, I'm going to read a land acknowledgement. We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we have gathered today is the lands traditionally used by the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Chinootan people. We also acknowledge the enduring presence and deep traditional knowledge, laws, and philosophies of the indigenous people with whom we share this land today. We are all treaty people with a responsibility to honor all our relations. We are just returning from a Canada Day parade in Preston downtown, and it was so great to see the whole city come together to celebrate the blessings of Canada, a nation built upon freedom, diversity, and mutual respect. For the singing of O Canada, a group of children belonging to this mosque will lead us, and I request everyone else to join. You can start. Start. Okay, please be seated. At this point, we're going to have a couple brief presentations by our youth and children. First, I'm going to invite one of our member, his name is Mubaraz Ahmed, to present his favorite things about Canada. Mubaraz?
My distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mubarak Ahmed Javed. Today, I had the opportunity to share some of my favorite things about Canada. One of my favorite things about Canada are children at a young age being supported and educated with kindness, cooperation, and teamwork. Another thing is how Canada welcomes immigrants from all around the world. People can travel to here from lots of countries. Canada is a safe country too. with its laws and human rights. Canada is also multicultural. People follow different traditions and speak many different languages, and everyone is equally treated with respect. But my most favorite thing about Canada is when it comes to religious freedom. Being a Muslim, we can go to our mosque and worship our God. People from other faiths can also worship God too. I am very grateful to be in this country, and you might be too. Now, Canada is in a unique place where there are 4 seasons. Spring is known for flowers. Summer is known for its humidity and heat. Fall is known for moderate weather. Winter is known for, we all know this, it's snow. I like to enjoy all of them. I also love the fact that Canadians help each other out. We have been taught this every day in childhood. Why? Because they know that at some points in your life, you might need to use these abilities once or maybe twice. Who knows? I would like to thank Canada and its people and hope we can be safe in the future. Canada has given many families opportunities, freedom, and peace. I am thankful to live in this wonderful country. May Canada continue to be a place of kindness, unity, and respect. Us Muslims were taught to love our country and serve humanity. Canada gives the opportunity to do both. I wish you all a happy Canada Day, and may Allah bless us all. Ameen.
Thank you, Mubarak. That was wonderful. Next, we're going to have a short speech on what Canada means to me by Aziz Mohsanat Saiba.
Good day, everyone. My name is Musnad Aziz, and I am honored to be here today as we celebrate Canada's Day. When I think about the question, what Canada means to me, one word always comes to my mind: opportunity. Canada is a country where people from different culture, religion, languages, and backgrounds come together to live in peace and respect. As a young Muslim girl, I am grateful to be in Canada, where I can freely practice my faith, wear my identity with pride, and know that I belong. Canada means safety. It means being able to go to school, dream about the future, and know that my voice matters. It means having the freedom to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of myself. But Canada is more than a place. It is a community. The teachers who encourages us, the police officers and first responders who else keeps us safe, the volunteers who gives their time to others, and the neighbors around us who greet us with kindness. It is people from all walks of life coming together to make our community stronger. One of the things I admire most about Canada is that our differences are not seen as weaknesses. Rather, they're seen as our strengths. Every culture, every story, and every tradition adds something special to the Canadian family. As young female Lajna, we have an important role to play. We can choose kindness over division, understanding over judgment, and respect over discrimination. We Lajnas can build friendship across cultures and help create a future where everyone feels valued and included. Today, as we celebrate Canada's birthday, I also think about responsibilities. Being Canadian is not only about enjoying our rights and freedom, it's about giving back, helping others, and working together to make our communities better for everyone. I am proud to call Canada my home. I am proud of the values of respect, diversity, compassion, and opportunity that makes this country so special. As we look to the future, my hope is that Canada will continue to be a place where every person, regardless of our backgrounds, feel welcome, respected, and empowered to succeed. Thank you to everyone who works every day to make our community stronger. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what Canada means to me. Happy Canada Day, and may God bless Canada. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, when many parts of the world face uncertainty and division, Canada's example of diversity and a peaceful coexistence continues to inspire others. To explore this theme, I invite Hassan Bangash to present how Canada is a hope for the world.
Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. When we are children, birthdays are about celebration, gifts, and unearned praise. Praise for simply existing. But as we grow older, birthdays change. They become moments of reflection. We look in the mirror and ask, what are my responsibilities? Where have I failed? And how can I do better? Am I actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Today is, as we know, Canada's birthday. And perhaps we should ask the same questions of ourselves as a nation. Is Canada aligning with the principles upon which it was conceived? Are we as a nation of freedom, truth, and justice? As a single page in the diverse book of Canada, I would like to humbly extend my sincerest welcome to all the guests that have given us their time this afternoon. The official topic assigned to me today is how Canada is a hope for the world. And the following is my personal interpretation of this phrase and what I believe we need in order to get there. I'll be completely honest with you. When I first sat down to write this, I struggled deeply. The younger me would have immediately listed out a bunch of things, putting our diversity, sense of community, and perhaps Tim Hortons at the top. Although looking at the state of the world right now, trying to write a cheerful, feel-good speech felt almost dishonest. I don't want to give you a polished public relations exercise. I want to speak from a place of genuine human honesty. So before we can speak meaningfully about hope, we must first speak honesty about reality. Genuine hope is not built on ignoring our shortcomings, but on having the courage to confront them. In Islam, truth and justice are not optional virtues, they're obligations. And today I gather before you all to speak in this exact spirit, the spirit of haqq, or absolute truth. The Holy Quran states, O ye who believe, be strict in observing justice and be witnesses for Allah, even though it be against yourself or against parents and kindred. Whether he be rich or poor, Allah is more regardful of them both than you are. Therefore follow not low desires, so that you may be able to act equitably. And if you conceal the truth or evade it, then remember that Allah is well aware of what you do. Chapter 4, verse 136. This divine decree sets out an uncompromising standard. It tells us that our obligation to what is right must override our geopolitical alliances, our economic comforts, and our political convenience. When we compromise on this, we practice selective empathy, choosing to protect our own interests while turning a blind eye to the suffering of others. We see the consequences of that moral compromise every day, as genocides and humanitarian tragedies are live streamed before our eyes, yet are too often filtered through political interest, selective outrage, or the distractions of modern life. The global audience has been trained by propaganda to look away, to distract itself in temporary capitalistic pleasures, to rationalize the indefensible, and to protect the powerful at the expense of the human soul. The Quran simplifies this gray area beautifully into an actionable principle. Speak the truth unconditionally. If an ally commits an atrocity, you name it. If a wealthy person breaks the law, they face justice. By demanding absolute justice, even if it be against yourselves, it's destroying the concept of tribalism, nationalism, and selective empathy. These tenets are not unfamiliar to Canada either. We just seem to have forgotten our true selves as we've aged. And this compromise of integrity mirrors a quiet surrender happening right here in our daily lives. Today we live in a world where too often power escapes accountability, where economic interests outweigh human dignity, and outrage is dependent on who commits the injustice. Where technology increasingly competes for our attention while our capacity for reflection goes weaker. Where the suffering of distant people can become another headline that disappears with the next swipe of a screen. The system may be corrupted, but the people are not. Canadians are resilient. We see it in Cambridge every single day, in the neighbors who quietly look out for one another, the communities that refuse to let the vulnerable fall through the cracks, and the regular citizens who just want to live a life of integrity, fairness, and peace. Genuine compassion, communal responsibility, and human decency, these are the very principles that Canada was built upon. And that is why Canada can still be a hope for the world. Canada is not a hope because its institutions are flawless or because its politicians are beyond reproach. It's a hope only because it remains a place where we're still allowed to wake up, challenge the matrix of compliance, and demand better. And in a world where truth is a moving target, Canada is a hope at this very moment in one profound way, practical way. We still have the freedom to sit outside this mosque, unsilenced, and speak this raw, heavy truth without fear. For us as Ahmadi Muslim Canadians, true integration into Canada means injecting moral courage and unconditional truth into the very fabric of this country. When resilient people decide to value human depth over endless distraction, when we choose absolute justice over political convenience, and when we choose the heavy burden of truth over the comfort of a lie, we weaken the influence of everything that profits from our division and our complacency. The system changes only when regular people refuse to give it their permission. It stops with awareness. It stops with action. It stops with us. So let us celebrate Canada Day not by praising who we were yesterday. Let us celebrate by having the courage to look in the mirror, accept our responsibilities, and change who we are today for our future and the future of this nation. Because what will help Canada grow the most is not a superficial pat on the back, but a deep reflection on how we can pick up our pieces and embody the ideal that Canada really stands for. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. At this point, we're going to have our keynote presentation, which will reflect on the important relationship between faith, gratitude, and the service to one's country. It is my pleasure to invite Imam Anik Ahmed, who is the Imam of this mosque, to deliver the keynote address.
Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful, distinguished guests, respected faith leaders, elected officials and dignitaries, community members, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace and blessings of God be upon you all. As Imam of this mosque, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Bai'tul Kareem Mosque as we gather to celebrate Canada Day. Islam teaches us that gratitude is not merely expressed through words, it must be demonstrated through our actions. Allah the Almighty says in the Holy Quran, Hal jazaa'ul ihsani illal ihsan, that is the reward of goodness, anything but goodness. Chapter 55, verse 61. Today is an opportunity not only to celebrate the history and achievement of this great country, Canada, but also to reflect on our responsibilities as citizens, neighbors, and members of society. As Muslims, and particularly as Ahmadi Muslims, our love for our country is not simply a matter of civic pride, it is an expression of our faith. Canada gives us many reasons to be grateful and thankful. Canada has earned a global reputation for protecting human rights, welcoming newcomers, and safeguarding religious freedom. For us as Ahmadi Muslims, these blessings hold special significance. Many members of our community or their families came to Canada after facing religious persecution in other parts of the world. I too was blessed to arrive in Canada on Canada Day in 2018. And as I celebrate my 8th year in this beautiful country, I remain deeply grateful for the peace, freedom, and opportunities it has given me. Thank you so much, Canada. Here, we are free to build mosques, hold our religious gatherings, educate our children in our faith, and serve our fellow citizens openly and without fear. This freedom is a blessing that should never be taken for granted. The founder of Islam, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that love of one's country is part of his faith. He demonstrated this through his own example. After migrating from Mecca to Medina, these are the cities in Saudi Arabia, Mecca and Medina, he was welcomed with great kindness by the people of Medina. Years later, when he returned to Mecca, and the people of Medina became concerned that he might remain there and won't come back because that is his homeland, he reassured them, saying that I will live with you and I will die among you. These words reflected profound loyalty, gratitude, and faithfulness to those who had welcomed and supported him. The Holy Prophet of Islam taught us that the true gratitude is demonstrated through lifelong commitment and sincere service. This same spirit to guide the Ahmadiyya Muslim community today. As members of Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya, all those volunteers at the back, youth auxiliary of this community, we regularly renew this commitment through our pledge, in which we promise that I shall always be ready to sacrifice my life, wealth, time, and honor for the sake of my faith, country, and nation. So we are ready to sacrifice everything for this beautiful country. These are not merely words. They remind us that faith is not confined to act of worship. Our faith inspires us to serve our community, care for our neighbors, and work for the betterment of society. That is why Ahmadi Muslims across Canada actively serve humanity through Humanity First, blood donation campaigns, neighborhood cleanup initiatives, food drives, and countless hours of volunteer service. Our community's motto, love for all, hatred for none, is not merely a slogan. It is a way of life that reflects the true teaching of Islam and unites us all. I would like to conclude with a beautiful prayer offered by His Holiness the 4th Caliph of Ahmadiyya Muslim community during his visit in Toronto in 1989. He prayed that my prayer is that the whole world becomes Canada and that Canada becomes the whole world. I read this again, that he prayed that my prayer is that the whole world becomes Canada and that Canada becomes the whole world. On behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, I sincerely thank all our honored guests and neighbors for joining us today. May God bless each one of you, and may He continue to bless Canada with peace, justice, prosperity, and harmony for generations to come. Long live Canada. May God bless Canada. Happy Canada Day. Thank you so much.
Okay, at this point, before we ask the president of the mosque to deliver his deliver his vote of thanks, I'm going to invite some of our dignitaries, guests who have arrived and joined us in this celebration. I'm going to start with the Chief of Police because we want safety here. So the Chief of Police, Mark Crowell, to start off. Thank you.
It's always an honor to be here. Assalamu alaikum. And to be guided always by the young people of our community with our national anthem and those amazing words. So thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause for powerful words that will be hard to follow up. Always very proud to be here, joined today by Deputy Chief John Goodman and all of our members who are out in the community around the clock serving this community. And we're very proud of our role in our society and here in Waterloo Region, upholding our role as guardians of peace and guardians of human rights. And I was thinking, approaching today, about the history of this nation. It is a complicated history of tension, of compromise, of many complications, but it's also one of incredible success. And there are many milestones to celebrate, especially for our young people. School is out, but a short history lesson. The precursor to our Charter of Rights and Freedoms was actually 66 years ago. The Bill of Rights came into force, and there was a Prime Minister that day, John Diefenbaker, who said the following words: "I am a Canadian, a free Canadian, free to speak without fear, free to worship God in my own way, free to stand for what I think right, free to oppose what I believe wrong, free to choose those who shall govern my country. This heritage of freedom I pledge to uphold for myself and all humankind." So every day when we come together through the course of our daily duties, serving our community and our family, we need to continue to be reminded that these rights and freedoms, that we can never take them for granted. Canada remains one of the greatest, safest, and most prosperous nations in the world, but we all have work to do together to uphold that prosperity and to preserve everything we hold dear. We remain defined by how we treat our most vulnerable and those most in need. And we know that Bai'tul Kareem Mosque always centers us in that space. As we gather as friends and neighbors from different walks of life and different histories, we remain united by hope that as a nation and a province and as a region and a community of prosperity, we're acting for all, where everyone has a chance to thrive and no one is left behind, united by the notion that love for all, hatred for none. Thank you very much. Happy Canada Day.
Okay, on behalf, we have Dr. Matt Strauss, who is a member of parliament with us today. So I'll ask him to come and share a few greetings.
Thank you so much, everyone. It is such a joy and an honor to celebrate our country together with you today. I appreciated the Chief's history lesson. I want to give a quick history vignette myself as well. That came to mind when Nabil performed the land acknowledgement for the Haudenosaunee people. I am by no means an expert in Haudenosaunee history. I'm very grateful to have read a fantastic book by a Haudenosaunee professor of history who's now at the University of Toronto, Susan Hill. It's called The Clay We Are Made Of. And it's a history book about the history of the Haudenosaunee people here, who indeed were here since time immemorial, as Nabil mentioned. But in 1776, most of them had gone to settle in what is now present-day upstate New York. And the first thing that happened when the American Revolution was declared and George Washington became the general of the Revolutionary Continental Congress was ethnic cleansing of upstate New York, of those Haudenosaunee people. And they came back here to their traditional lands on the invitation of the precursor to the government of Canada. That's before Confederation. So as I listened to the fantastic speeches given about peace and freedom and religious tolerance and refuge, I just want to celebrate this aspect of our history, that we can all be proud today to stand as Canadians and have more, that the history of refuge and peace and freedom in this country predates even the present Confederation that we live under, and we should all be proud and thankful for that. It was a great joy to hear the children of this mosque sing our national anthem together. It was a great joy to sing our national song together. I was moved by, in particular, the two young people who gave speeches well beyond their years. I think they're just about ready for Parliament. Give me a call once they're adults, and we'll bring them down. So thank you for involving me in this wonderful event. Happy Canada Day. God bless you all, and God bless Canada.
Thank you, Matt. From the region, we have Doug Craig, Regional Councillor, and Councillor Hunig. So Doug Craig, you want to go first?
Well, it certainly is a pleasure to be here. I've been to many celebrations over the years, and I've seen the growth of Cambridge in terms of its diversity, its acceptance, and the kind of community we are. As a school teacher, when you have young people up here, it really touches me because they really are the first chapter in the Canadian story, and something we need to cherish and something we need to mold in terms of the values that we all have. I grew up in Toronto. Toronto's a cosmopolitan city, very diverse. Coming to Cambridge, I've watched Cambridge grow and change, and I've watched the civic politics change, where anybody and everybody's now is a candidate for elected office, and we see that diversity now in all the councils throughout the region of Waterloo. It's something we have to keep in mind of who we are, be proud of who we are, be proud of the community we're building, and be proud of the young people that today spoke better than all of us in terms of what Canada is all about. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Councillor Shante Hinuk, I'll give you the mic here.
Thank you, Nabil. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's an honor to be here on behalf of Regional Council. My name is Chantal Hudik, and it's a joy to serve this community and serve the region as a whole. I couldn't say it better than the young people who spoke earlier. This is the most thoughtful Canada Day celebration that I've ever been a part of, and I'm very thankful for that. I would like us to remember that Canada is only so great because of every person here and every person in our wonderful country. So thank you for preserving the values of diverse faith and freedom and Compassion is Canadian. Thank you, everyone. Long live Canada.
Councillor Colleen James, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me here once again, Nabil and team. Happy Canada Day. And Canada is something that I think we often recognize the past, but this is the present. You are the present. You are part of history. You are part of this country. We are part of the fabric of this country. And what we always need to recognize is human dignity, respect, love for all, hate for none. Okay, I am honored to be here as regional counselor for Kitchener and happy to participate. And just to give a little bit of story on how this day means to me. You know, my parents came here over 50 years ago with 3 children at the time, often thinking about the possibilities. And I don't think the possibilities of my parents thought that I'd be in office, so I want to tell those youth, you can absolutely do it, and the possibilities are endless in this country, and don't ever forget that, and don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. So with that, I want to say Happy Canada Day. Let's celebrate together and recognize where we are, that we are also part of the fabric of this country and the country's history and its present today. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. We also have Kelly DeRider was supposed to, MP from Kitchener Centre was supposed to come today, but she could not. We have somebody from her office, and I'll ask him, I didn't catch, Mohammed, to say a few words and greetings on behalf of MP.
Hello everyone and bonjour. My name is Mohammed Askalani. I am the Constituent Assistant for the Member of Parliament of Kitchener Centre, Kelly DeRider, and the newly Shadow Minister for Women and Gender Equality. Yeah, so on behalf of Member of Parliament for Kitchener Centre, Shadow Minister for Women and Gender Equality, I extend warm wishes to all Canadians on Canada Day. Today we celebrate the diversity, freedom, and shared value that makes Canada one of the world's most welcoming and inclusive nations. We acknowledge the enduring rights of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people, and reaffirm our commitment to reconciliation. We also recognize our constitutional monarchy and our loyalty to His Majesty, King Charles III. Canada's strength lies in its diversity, where people of every background, faith, identity, including our vibrant Muslim communities, contribute with a distinction across every sector, helping build a stronger and more prosperous country for all. And I quote from the Quran that Allah said that, "O Muhammad, we didn't send you except for mercy." So if you're a good believer, you are mercy for everyone around you. The good believer is like a flower. Everyone can see the flower, be happy, and feel comfort. Happy Canada Day for everyone, and thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Mohammed. I think the Mayor of Cambridge is somewhere on the way. She should be here. She was at the parade this morning. We have another friend, John Misamu, who's a professor and is running for councillor, and he has joined us today. And I would like to invite him and say a few words of greetings before we conclude the program with the next segment.
Thank you so much. I didn't expect to take the mic, so I'll take off my sunglasses and make sure my beard is looking good. Thank you for the invitation to share. I am a professor of religion, and I work at Martin Luther University College. So the importance of coming together, not only to celebrate our country, but to celebrate our faiths and our commonalities, is something that's very important. And as this wonderful flag is hitting me in the face, I'm reminded of the wind and the breath that is in our lungs and the Spirit of God that animates us all. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all children of a merciful and loving God. And let us share that love and that mercy with one another as we seek to make not only our communities but our country a better place. Peace be with you.
Well, thank you to all our distinguished guests and speakers for their thoughtful remarks. To conclude the formal program, I'm going to invite the president of this mosque and this community, Dr. Ahmed Imran, to deliver a vote of thanks. And after that, we will cut the Canada Day cake and have an informal barbecue for everyone.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. That means peace be upon all of you. And a little bit of sharing. So I'm a free man. I love freedom. And on Canada Day, Nabil was persuading me to give him something formal and things like that. So I had to resist that. A bit of joyous stuff. So Mark, so we have two imams. You are appreciating that, and I was thinking that the police is concerned about this, that why there are two imams in this mosque. And our friends, they make they cut jokes on us that you guys were deviating. So that's why a national organization has sent you two imams to keep you on the right path and something like that. So it is not of that kind. So just to assure you that we are standing behind the formal and our national organizations, our local organizations, and administration in everything good they do and then they expect from us to do. So my vote of thanks, I see, yeah, you can come up, I just see Reverend Shank from Guelph joining from our Friends of Church of Scientology. So thank you very much for coming up. So a quick resolve or reflection. So I'm happy to see so many people from community attending this mosque. So I feel very humbled and very honored that people have their busy schedule, so that they brought in time to attend this program. So a quick appreciation for our youth, as everyone is doing that, after they have given a roadmap and then reflected upon a lot of things. So there's not much to be said. The only thing is that I would just like to reiterate our motto, that is love for all and hatred for none. And then, of course, we are a part of the initiative that our regional police and our city is doing, that we all belong here, and then trying to combat hate wherever we can. But then there are people who are I've recently come across that there's a movie which was shown which is about the hate and hate mongering and then fear mongering. And then it was banned in Germany and France, and now X has decided to put it on display and stuff. So where we are trying to combat hate at all levels, so people are promoting hate at the name of entertainment. So that is just a concern that I'm sharing with everyone. And then of course I don't want the Canada Day celebrations to be shadowed by this act or whatever. So everyone, you're welcome here. Everyone is welcome, especially our friends who have come from neighborhood to show solidarity to the mosque. And thank you all the councillors and the city people and then MPs who have attended and then sent representation. Thank you very much all. Love for all, hatred for none.
It is the tradition of our community, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, to end our programs with a silent prayer. Well, this is the formal program. We will have informal segments after this. I'm going to ask Imam Anik Ahmed to lead us in a silent prayer, and after that we'll have barbecue and cake.
Please join me in silent prayer. Ameen. Happy Canada Day. Thank you.
If the volunteers can tell, is the barbecue ready? Okay. So they're saying yes, the barbecue is ready. So let's enjoy the barbecue. And in the meantime, I'll have somebody bring up a table here and set it up. If the volunteers can bring a table and set it up with the cake, and we'll have that going, and we'll decide who's going to cut the cake.
Guest is coming first for the barbecue. Guest is coming first for the barbecue.
Oh.
कौन सी मेल नहीं आई आ जाएगी बाद में हाँ वो आ जाता है लोग वो कर लेते हैं ना लेकिन वो अभी तो वो ला ही नहीं रहे अभी तो वो प्लेटें दे रहे हैं और सब कर रहे हैं
Okay, back up before the light.
Okay. I don't want to block you. I don't know. If I just like sit up beside you, I don't know.
we can go there Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, we can have the photograph there. Yeah. Yeah, Chief, you can come here.
I will.
Absolutely, everyone is welcome.
That's good. Go ahead.
Okay, so now I got a ticket for you.
Yeah? Can you come, please? Join us. Come on, please. Yeah. And you too. Okay. Join us now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe we can put few chairs. Anybody else going once?
Yeah.
I'm getting it. Okay, I'm good now. Okay. Once I get you, that's important. Yeah, tell Kelly I took the picture.
I'm not complaining though. I know what we're going to So, and you're thinking about it today, right? That's why I decided.
We have a bouncy castle and cotton candy up front for all the children, so they can head to the front.
Yes, yes. Oh, how you doing? That was so good. The opening of it, oh my goodness. It was packed. I'm glad we made it quick. Oh, okay. Darren's probably always
Yeah. Yes, I do. One was Brother Aziz's daughter, and then I will invite his grandson. Is it your grandson? बच्चों को बुलाता है वो जो यूनिवर्सिटी की
Yeah, बुलाता है
he's gonna bring it.
Can you take a picture for us? You won't receive the photo. Oh, really? I can take it on your phone then. No, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Thank you. Pleasure coming in. I appreciate that. It's hard to have